Good morning, and a blessed good morning to each and every one of you, and welcome to Martin's Bay. Alright, now this sun has shifted a lot more to the south than I thought it had. So when we were watching the sunrise out here 2 months ago, just 2 months ago, it was coming from that general direction there. So it has shifted somewhat. So we actually haven't seen the glorious sunrise, but we're certainly going to see it during the video, because it's going to start to come up. Well, the rays are going to start to come up top of that hill, which should be quite spectacular. But I know for sure that if you are right now feeling a little bit chilly, that the awakening of this day, watching this beautiful bay here come alive, must be just spectacular for you. I wasn't actually watching it via the actual screen, but I was walking around taking some shots this morning. So I do have a couple of early morning shots for you. Can't call it sunrise shots because they are not sunrise shots, but they're certainly daybreak shots. Just a beautiful bay. There's no sarcasm whatsoever in sight. It's just gorgeous this morning. This is one of the quaint little areas on the east coast of the island, known mainly by a lot of people because of its the Bay Tavern, which serves snapper and all kinds of fish down here. It is a regular for many people. It used to be a Thursday hot point in Barbados. Down here used to get just crowded out, unbelievably so. You couldn't even find a car park. But before we start this morning, let's say the Serenity Prayer. But I'm going to go on the other side of this little hill where I had a little wind block this morning. It's created it from one of the rocks or in the general area, so that you can take in this breathtaking scenery while we say our Serenity Prayer. Okay, hope you will join me on this one this morning. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. I've been watching this action here on these rocks for the last 15-20 minutes or so. It's just been spectacular scenery with all the spray coming off of them. It's been just beautiful this morning. No big swells right now, but you can see what's going on here, and you can see how that's actually being chiseled, the way it has been done, the way these splashes are coming up. You can actually see it from this here. You'll see what's been happening. Right, so this is being chiseled completely out from that kind of wave motion that's created from the reef just outside of it, just about the water level itself. We're right now looking at high tide, or very close to high tide if it's not high tide now. So the sea is full. Normally we would come down here and we would have seen a lot more rocky areas before we got to the water. But this is what we're seeing now. Now just around this point with those casuarina trees, the signal dips completely, so not going to go into that area. I was actually hoping to go further down the coastline this morning to bring the sunrise for you guys, but the sunrise is not here, but we are enjoying the beautiful daybreaks I mentioned before. It's a magnificent day in Barbados. Blessed as ever to be able to come out here and view these sceneries with you all. I'm hoping you all are not too cold this morning. I've heard a lot of temperatures, lots of snow. Hopefully this will warm your heart. As I told some friends yesterday, views like this will warm your heart, which will warm your soul, which will warm your entire being. So hopefully that is what's happening with you this morning. Blessings to all of you all, as I said before, and welcome to the beautiful island of Barbados. Now today was predicted to have a lot less winds at this time. I don't know how strong it will be later on, but there are quite a few gusts still coming through. And it is a consistent, good, strong breeze out of the east this morning. But it's going to definitely make this morning a lot cooler than normal. It is beautiful out here. Conditions right now, just unbelievably peaceful and serene. There's no one around here. Not sure if there's anyone in the homes above us. What I'll do is actually go here and give you a 360 so you can see what it looks like. This is where we started from just now. I was using this rock here as a wind block, which was actually perfect. I hope it was perfect. I don't know how it sounds, but I hope you all were able to hear all of the beautiful sounds this morning. Okay, here we go. Sun is beginning to come up, so by the time we get back around here, we should definitely be having a look at that for sure. for my friends that are staying on the east coast of the island. I'm sorry to interrupt that just now because I know I'm looking at your general area. These are the areas that are awaiting you to hike if you have not already done so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this back up again and try a little more silence for you. Enjoy again. Catch your breath, people. Catch your breath. Thank you, God, for giving me life and vision that I'm able to see this. And thank you for giving me the strength and the ability to come here this morning and share this amazing scenery with all of my friends, family, and loved ones. Promises of a new day, folks. There's a new day for us to go forward and do better than we did yesterday. Or at least try to. That is the most important thing, is that we try. As long as we do our best, that is all that's expected of us. Can't do any better than that. Just remember, yesterday's best is not today's best. Yes, you tried your best, but you should do better today, hopefully. I will anyhow. Just an amazing, amazing morning. Looking at these rocks and the formations and watching the sea hitting them and creating all kind of beautiful imageries is just amazing. Nature at her absolute best. You see all the glows on the clouds in the distance. Don't worry, we're turning back to that sun now because it is definitely something to behold. Now the signal station that we're getting is up on top of the hill, just between Bath and here. That's the repeater we're getting it from. Seems to be a very strong reading where we are. Maybe going to the little cove just behind us right now. We start to lose the signal. And when we get around the corner, we pick up the one further down the coastline. But look at this, man. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad we're walking in that direction today that we can be enjoying that on our scenery going. So we're going to start a little trek now. I'm going to keep you walking with me and seeing what I'm actually seeing as we make our way around here. Very close to the areas here where we are standing. It's quite a big drop off. Not quite a big drop off. It's a big drop off. As you can see, a lot of the slippage and stuff is going on all around here as well. Where the water is cutting its way through by the rocks. That would be rainwater, of course. And you can see all along this entire cliffle area here. Very, very loose. Not solid water at all. You will see the slippage as we're going up. Very, very loose. But this sun is spectacular. Maybe if I'm ever coming here again or in this general area, I will start the vlog maybe around 1:15 or so, but then you wouldn't see the actual awakening of the morning, and that was spectacular this morning. Isn't this beautiful? I know a lot of you are in the island. I was looking for it yesterday, found a few of you, but not many. So hopefully today, well, I'm going to be doing a lot of work today, as you can appreciate. I'm going to have, I'm sure, a lot of comments to answer after this vlog, because this scenery is breathtaking. I'm sure a lot of people will be commenting now. But I will try and make my way out. So I've already got in contact with one set of people and asked them to give me a call, you know, if they're going to be on the beach, and give me an approximate time, and I will go out and then come back home and start over if I have to. It's not a problem, because I need to see them. They've been shouting for me for a while, but we just haven't crossed paths yet. I've been seeing a lot of people coming into the island over the next week or two. Everybody is just so excited about coming back to Barbados. I am hoping that the vlogs are stimulating you even more, letting you see areas that you had not seen before, that you are just dying to get to and take pictures of with your loved ones. So I'm hoping that has been the effect. I'm hoping some of you plan your vacation a little bit like with new areas and new adventures, because I think that is important. But then again, that's the only way I think, you know. We all have our own thoughts. I'm sure some of you just want to get here and get on this beach. But look at the beaches all around the island. You don't need to just stay in one. Come and explore a little bit on one of the sides, you know, have a look around. So as you will see, the slippage here is pretty intense in this area. Pretty soon, a new path is going to have to be cut because most of this is broken away. So these are the kind of things you'll find all along the east coast. We talked about this before. So just be careful when you're hiking anywhere. You can see all under here is beginning to get eaten out. You may not be aware of that when you're walking by, so don't go close to the edge. Stay on the inside. Do like me, lean at a 45-degree angle. You can look like a cartoon character, but don't mind, you're still gonna be safe. Is this not just breathtaking? I did promise you showers of gold. Just beautiful. I know we gotta walk, but tell you the honest truth, I could stand here all morning until that sun came up over that ridge. Now you know me, I'd be ducking out and looking for somewhere else to enjoy. You would have seen that yesterday. I was having adventures all over the south coast. That's because I just couldn't stay steady. Too much beauty to be taken in to stay in one spot. Ooh, look at this sunrise. Just spectacular through the coconut trees. My goodness. The gold on the water is beginning to come up now. It is really a beautiful morning. Just beautiful. You really won't see any large structures down in Martins Bay. Majority of them are smaller homes. A lot have taken a lot of licks with the passing of the hurricane we had earlier in the year, ashfall, etc. So you see a lot of them under repair, you know, but there are a couple that are getting definitely renovated quite a bit. But down in this area here is a lot quieter with construction and say down in Cattle Wash and Bashable, because it's a lot quieter in the area in general. Just breathtaking sceneries. Unbelievable. Now we call this area here where we're pointing at right now Lather Rock. There's a really good left that comes off of here. Mainly when there's a big north swell, out here gets like really perfect just off of this rock itself. It's called Lather Rock. The more I look at this sunrise, the more beautiful it's becoming by the minute. All the trees in the hill, all the shadows that were just dark are beginning to get little edges of light coming through them, really turning the entire landscape of that ridge up there into a beautiful masterpiece. This is a part of the train line. We talked about this many times. Come from Concept, but you can come from way up. You can walk from all of Skeets Bay and stuff if you want, right along through Concept and through the tracks that go from here right down into Cattle Wash. It basically is at your ability. You can walk for miles and miles and miles on this coastline here along these types of tracks. Some of them go into the hill a little bit, especially in the Bath area. From Concept to Bath, that tends to go through the hill quite a bit, and the ravines up in there before it gets back down onto Bath Beach. But spectacular. I know one of our family on here said that they brought their 4x4s and they spent 95% of their time on the beach, but that is not a problem, because 95% means that you spent 5% time somewhere besides the beach. And that's pretty good for a vacation. A lot of people spend 100% of the time on their sound lungers. Yeah, lots of you know what trees around here. Lots of them. They're beautiful. I mean, you see, grape tree is absolutely gorgeous, and it is definitely a great wind block. Great to hold the sands in place, the cliff area in place. You know, it survives very well in the wind blasts and stuff. But unfortunately, at certain times of year, you know what happens. We get the fruit coming off of it. I gotta take my lips to that all the time, because that's one thing I do not like. I won't say that I totally dislike them, because I think they're pretty, but they taste terrible. Just sceneries out of this world. Breathtaking scenery. I don't know where in the world you are right now, but I don't mind what you're looking at. You could be looking out at the highest skyscraper, along some of the most beautiful terrain. You could be in some of the most natural terrain, but this is as spectacular as you can expect anywhere in this world. Beautiful, beautiful Barbados. It's amazing that somewhere that's so small, 166 square miles, can actually have so much beauty compressed into it. Everywhere you look in Barbados is beauty. Different types of beauty. You go over the south coast, you would never even imagine that this coastline exists out here. Said there's a lot of construction going on. Some places are very run down. You can see the galvanized up there is being peeled back. It hasn't been replaced yet in this closest structure. So I'm not sure if anyone actually lives here, but it's beautiful, beautiful terrain. Absolutely beautiful terrain. Now this is not like Bath, but this is to me as quaint as Bath. Bath is very, very, very quiet, but out here the terrain because of the smaller bay and because of all the rock formations and stuff around. To me, this is a prettier place than Bath for sure. That's just my opinion, of course. Sun's coming up over the top. I'm not sure if it'll actually get over the entire hill itself area when we're down in here, because you know, we don't do these vlogs too long anymore. Normally before I would walk from here way up the road almost to Conga Bay. But it's not going to happen this morning. We're going to take them nice and short. I just want to bring you tropical beauty and warmth, something to warm you up, you know. I know that someone said to me this morning, Nick, you're terrible tease. But remember, from the very beginning, from the very first time that I brought on a vlog, I said to you all, I reserve 5% for teasing. So 95% is because I love you and because I want you to be warm. I want you to see the views and stuff. But there's that wicked 5% streak in me that wants to tease you all. So I do reserve that. I've said that before. Sometimes I go into foreign reserves and give you an extra 5, which would mean 10% teasing. But to be honest with you, the percentage is all for you and the love that I have for you and the care I have for you. You see there's really no beach here whatsoever, just a lot of these rocks. Now these rocks would have originally been in the cliff area, as you can see here, not the gabling that we're looking at right here with this water runoff, but we're talking about the actual cliff as it goes right around where we're just walking. You can see that the entire cliff is made up from these loose sea stones that are all embedded in like soil, etc., sand in some areas. And as you see starts to erode the cliff, all those rocks will come down and just lay across this beach. You'll find this all along the east coast of the island, like down in Glenburnie and going down to Tent Bay. You'll find the same thing all along the east coast. And that is because any of the landscape that gets eroded, this is the type of rock, the type of material that comes down over the hill itself onto the beach. So very rocky beaches on this side of the island and most of these smaller bays. Now this morning is why I had a call Shillelagh. It's just because of the stronger winds and because of the sea spray and stuff. It feels really cool down here and the sun hasn't come over the actual hill yet. But I'm going to give you a little 360 from here. There we go. And this time I'm going to do my best to keep it silent. So don't try and make me talk because I'm not looking at the screen. And when I use the word stunning, and I use that all the time, that is one of my favorite words. It used to be fantastic, but it went into stunning and spectacular because these scenes can't be really described any other way. Heavenly, of course, and breathtaking, yes, of course, in many different ways to do it, but my favorite are favorites are stunning and spectacular, for sure. I did tell you this morning to bring a canister of air oxygen with you to try and give you some assistance to breathe, because I know the kind of scenery we're going to take in. I was hoping we would have got a little bit more of the sun on the sunrise, but that is not a problem because that was replaced with this stunning beauty that we're experiencing here. Just spectacular. There we go again. Walking all around the property of this house, and I don't see anybody in at the moment, and I'm sure they wouldn't have a problem with me showing thousands of people during the next couple of weeks looking at this vlog this beauty. I know that they would love to contribute. Say, Nick, walk around my property. That's just how Bajans are, because they want to share and give and just spread our love and happiness. Now the sun's coming up. I'm going to give you what I think is a perfect photo op. You're going to get the sunlight coming off the cliffs itself. I think this is just breathtaking. Enjoy. Now I have all my 4x4s, but if I go back over by this little bay and it looks nice, I'm going to give you all a sea bath. But if we don't get the sea bath today, don't be upset. Trust me, I'm going to make up for it over the next few days as well. The winds are expected to get stronger and stronger throughout the next day or two, with some fairly strong gusts and steady wind speeds. So we'll have to obviously take that in our mind when we're planning our next trip, so over the next couple of days. But I can assure you, no matter where we go, it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to bring you beautiful, beautiful Barbados. And I'm not going to take you somewhere we went last week. We haven't been on here for over 8 weeks. So, you know, it's I can't believe the time has gone that quickly. Because we were, as far as I'm concerned, we were just here. But that's what's happening, you know. I guess they say that life is great when it's going fast, because it means you're having a lot of fun. But I wouldn't mind if it slowed down a little bit, so let me have all the same fun. That would be fine. Just beautiful. Now there's a really good right that comes on that reef out there to surf. I know there are quite a few of you on here, especially the older guys that used to come out to adventure all these areas and pioneer these breaks. But there's also a Martins Bay crew. One of my friends put up a picture of, I think it was his mum and some other friends with these things, these boards that look like the side of a house. And that was back in the 1960s. I think it was like around mid-60s or latter 60s. Good morning, George, to you. Hope this is bringing you back tremendous memories, my brother, because this area I know was your home for a long, long time in this general area. Now, we talked with this area many times, but I just would like to show you all again. Last time we were here, we had another tree that has come down, and this is fairly recently. Well, not recently, because you see leaves are brown, but this has come down I would say over the last 2 months or so. And as you can see, the actual section or the land build up in front of these trees is going. It is almost gone in front of some of them. It's just a matter of time until nature and the angle and the weights of the tops of these trees take over, and these pull themselves out of the soil. I remember when I was able to go in front of these trees and walk across a cliff here when I was younger. I mean, it was, I would say, a good 5-6 feet outside of these trees, maybe a little more like 10 feet outside these trees. I remember that quite well. Again, talking about a long time ago. Not that I'm old, but you know, it has been a little while. So I have been on this earth for a nice period of time. I'd like to stay a little longer, but it's not a problem if I get called now. I'm comfortable. I know my life will just be beginning, so it's not the end for me at all. It's just the beginning of my life, or a beginning of my existence. Beautiful, beautiful. Lots of little patchwork out here in the roads, but I don't know how long it will last. But the patchwork has made that area smooth, and everything around it needing patching again. But you'll see. Again, we'll just show you the rocks that have come off of here with the erosion. All these rocks will have come out of this cliff. You can see it quite clearly, all the cliff, and you can see the roots of the casuarina trees being exposed here now. So it's just a matter of time until this goes. You get a couple of really big swells, maybe a big system passing to the north of the island, or a very big cold front, and some of these will more likely come down. Remember, these trees have root structures that go way inland as well too. So we've seen that at Crystal Waters with their coconut trees. We've seen them looking as though they were going to come down for sure, and they have survived another year. Sand is built up on them again. I'm hoping it will continue to survive, or someone will look into, you know, reinforcing their areas. 3 ways into Martins Bay, this being the closest one that's coming from Cattle Wash Bay. Then there's one we call the Middle Hill, which is actually comes down by the bottom of Newcastle Hill, which goes up to St. John's Church. There are 2 roads that come off of there. As soon as you come through the major stop, you have one that branches off on the left, which is called the Middle Road, and then the one in the above road, which is very, very, very steep. But there are the 3 ways into Martins Bay. Saw an electric bus running down in here this morning, air conditioned electric bus. As I had mentioned, many of these way far out areas are catered to by the electric buses now with air conditioning. So you can always check the schedules if you're interested in taking a ride over here. Even if you have a hired car, you know, just take a park and maybe one day take a ride over to one of these beaches and spend the day. You know, you can come here to Martins Bay and spend the day, because as I said before, there is a restaurant here called Bay Tavern. Very, very popular. Anyone that's been over to Martins Bay, I'm sure, will stop there either for a drink or something to eat. But look at how beautiful this place is. not great for swimming at all. I mean, not even near the shoreline, because there's not a lot of areas that you can swim in, because majority of this entire bay here has a very shallow reef that runs along. However, there is a channel that goes out here just to the west of the little fish market, that goes through this general area here where the center of your screen is running, and then you go out and time your sets and get through the channel itself. So there is a deeper pool here, so I'm going to see if we can maybe go down and have a look at that. I got my 4x4s, but they can come off quick because I have on my tripod today, and I can put you to stand and watch something as I de-shoe myself and get ready for a little bit of the water. I am ready to hit some of this lovely cool water on the east coast of the island. This breeze for sure is going to be a little bit nippy, but it's not a problem. You know me already. I'm a He-Man. And yeah, Charles Atlas in print. And I'm going to brave it this morning if I can. We're going to be going into this general area here just in front of us now. A little bit rough, but we just take our time, see if we can get it done. Again, when I get any water, you will know we're going any water, because I may not get in it still. So we'll wait and see how that goes. In the distance here, coming into view, center of the screen, double-story building, actually triple-story building. That's Bay Tavern. It used to be in the small little shuttle home above. However, he relocated to this bigger complex here. They have a convenience store and stuff on it in there as well. So it's not all just the Bay Tavern, but they have all the seating on the top deck and the second deck, which you're seeing with these shutters on it, the wooden shutters. There are 2 decks that they have the Bay Tavern itself. Plenty of seating. There's also wheelchair ramps and everything for you if you need to. How are you going? Good morning, sir. Mikey. Yeah, so it is really, really nice. It hasn't started to pick back up since we've had all of the confusion with COVID, because down here would be normally pumping out literally a couple of thousand people on a Thursday, what they used to call their fish day. That used to rival Q in the community for sure, but they're 2 totally different groups. A patriotic Q in the community person does not leave. I used to be one of those at one time, but I hope they will start back dancing soon. I know my brother Bartley is on here, and I know there are many others that are on here as well, but Bartley for sure, he doesn't miss one of them. Alright, I'm going to just put you on a stand right now while I take off my 4x4s, so I can venture into this water with you this morning, give you a little swim. So just take us in for a couple of seconds till I do some lessons. I'll be back with you. Such a beautiful day in this island. I can't believe, how blessed we are to be able to come to anywhere, just go to any coastline. Taking different types of scenery, yes. This is the real natural, beautiful terrain of Barbados. I mean, look at that beach. Beautiful, beautiful. But when you get over to like the south and the west, well, they're very commercial. Very much different to over here for sure. More sheltered areas, the west being the most so. Just going to take off this tripod as well to give me a little bit more clearance through the water, and then we'll take a little dip. I haven't been in here for years, so this is going to be a great adventure for me for sure. Now this is where my baby feet can be suffering. Alright, now the only reason I'm not saying ooh and ah is because you all are on here. I'm walking over some casuarina berries. Well, I tell you, they're like miniature spikes in my feet. And then these rocks and stuff, you roll in. We just take our time, see how it goes. Oh, I brought my cloth with me as well. Let me put that here. Put that when I come over, see. Alright, here we go. I don't know how many of you thought you were going to go in and see when you first saw where we were, but we are. But you can see there's reef here. It's a big drop off, the rocks. It's not the most comfortable place to come and swim. I wouldn't recommend coming to Martin's Bay for a sea bath, but you can cool off yourself here just below the fish market. But it is all on rocks, and there is a lot of reef. You can't really see, but you can see the darkness alone tells you there's lots of reef and moss in this general area. But you know me, I'm trying to give you everything I can. That's what I always do. Definitely not our smoothest 360. And I've definitely taken a good wetting from it on occasions, but just to let you know, I am in the sea. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful down here. But ups and downs like a yo-yo. But I want to treat you to a little bit of a sea bath today. We haven't seen each other for 2 days. So I want to give you some sunrise. I want to give you a nice sea bath as well. So hopefully you all are feeling a lot better than you were when you woke up this morning. If you are in somewhere that has snow and wet conditions or just being cold, hopefully you're feeling a lot better this morning after seeing what we've been going through. It's just spectacular down here. I mean, beautiful. Coming in to see here, very rough underfoot. I tell you before, I got baby feet then. You know, for 23 years I worked in a business where shoes were on all the time, 16, 18 hours a day most of the year, actually for 6 months of the year. So my feet are like baby feet. I can tell you, soft. Sometimes it feels like I cry. I'm only kidding, of course, because men don't cry. There we go. I just want to give you a little bit of the scenery of above, and just to say our farewells. Hope you all have had a good time with me today. We've come over to the east to bring you natural beauty, the natural beauty of this side of the island. The sunrise, as you can see, has worked itself well around onto the southeast now. Very hard to find areas from here. I think probably only the extremes of Calawash will probably see the sunrise. Definitely not in Bashaba or those areas, because they're sort of like into coves. But further down as you go on the east coast, as you would have seen, I think it was last week, we did a sunrise on Calawash Beach. There are the areas you'll probably see it like around New Year's Day. So if you're planning a New Year's morning, dip or something, just to watch the sunrise, well, I won't say dip, because if you come out the east coast, I'm not an advocate swimming. Beautiful Martins Bay. Hope you've had a good time with me this morning. Hopefully you will now go forward today, and no matter what you have facing you, you will go forward it, starting with a fresh start, a fresh, peaceful, serene, and start with full of love and kindness. And know that you are loved, because a lot of us go through this life not knowing that we are loved and underestimating our value, not to ourselves, to others. The value to others is our worth. When you're around someone and you share yourself openly and care for them and love them, that is what our worth is. It's what God asks. Give. And if you give to the best that you can, well, then you're doing exactly what He wants. And then you are worth everything that you can imagine. So please don't go into today not liking yourself for something you may have done yesterday. Today is a different day. Do something to make yourself cheerful, and do something to help someone around you. And then tonight when you go to sleep, you will have a freedom and peace of heart that you would not normally have if you don't do those things. Have a great day. Love you all. Greetings from Barbados. The care team and myself, thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you for sharing your love, even if it was just 2 minutes hopping on here and saying, I have to go, just want to say good morning. Trust me, that goes a long way to making everyone in here smile, because you have made the effort to get here for the few minutes. And those that didn't get here, doesn't mean you didn't make the effort, you didn't have the chance, because I know that the MC family, as long as they have the opportunity, they're going to be here to spend the morning with each other and lift each other's spirits. So from a beautiful, sunny Barbados, I wish you a peaceful day. I love you all. And what I'll do is I'll just give you a little turn around out of the sun for a little bit and give you the view of the East Coast. This is what's calling you, Mr. Andrew Goddard. Good morning, sir. I know you know down here very well. So enjoy. This is our photo op, our last photo op for the day. Peace and love to you all. Season's greetings to you all. And obviously my love being extended to each and every one of you. Love you all.